shouldn't we give the devil his due, Father? The fact is, we lost the South 2 years earlier when he outthought us behind Vicksburg.
Outthought is a peculiar word for a butcher.
Harness maker, wasn't he?
I said butcher. And his only virtue as a soldier was numbers, and he led them to the slaughter with no more regard than for so many sheep.
Well, if in that sense he was a butcher, the fact is...
And a drunken one half the war.
Agreed, Father. His own people said he was. I can't argue that he was.
Well, what is it you find to admire in such a man, Jimmy? Is it the butchery or the drunkenness?
Father, just the fact that he beat us.
He didn't.
Is it your contention that we won the war, sir?
He didn't beat us at Vicksburg. We lost Vicksburg because Pemberton gave Bragg 5,000 of his cavalry, and Loring, whom I knew personally for a nincompoop before you were born, marched away from Champion's Hill with enough men to have held him. No, we lost Vicksburg by stupidity, verging on treason.
Well, I would have thought we lost Vicksburg because Grant was one thing no Yankee general was before him.
Drunk? I doubt it.
Obstinate.
Could any of them compare even in that to old Stonewall? Now, if he'd have been there, we'd still have Vicksburg.
Well, the butcher simply wouldn't give up. He tried 4 ways of getting around Vicksburg, and on the 5th try, he got around. Anyone else would have pulled north.
He would not have gotten around if we had a Southerner in command instead of some half-breed Yankee trader like Pemberton. What is the matter there?
Miss Anna, you see, she's accustomed to helping herself from our plates.
Yes, but I'm not accustomed to it.
No, of course not. Viney!
Give her something, Jimmy, to quiet her.
Oh, but her table manners are the best she has. No.
Let her this time, Miss Sullivan. It's the only way we'll get any adult conversation. If my son half merits that description. I'll get you another plate.
I have a plate, thank you.
Viney, I'm afraid what Captain Keller says is only too true. She'll persist in this until she gets her own way.
Viney, get Miss Sullivan another plate.
I have a plate. There's nothing wrong with the plate. I intend to keep it.
No, you see why we lost Vicksburg?
Miss Sullivan, one plate or another is hardly a matter to struggle with a deprived child about.
Oh, I'd sooner have a more heroic issue myself.
No, I really must insist that you... Now she's hurt herself!
No, she hasn't.
Will you let go of her hands, please?
Miss Anna, you don't know the child well enough yet. She'll keep going.
I know an ordinary tantrum well enough when I see one, and a badly spoiled child.
Here, here. Miss Sullivan, you would have more understanding of your pupil if you had some pity in you, not kindly.
Pity? For this tyrant? The whole house turns on her whims. Is there anything she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you what I pity. That the sun won't rise and set for her all her life, and every day you're telling her it will. What good will your pity do her when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller?
Katie, for the love of heaven, will you...
Miss Annie, please, I don't...
It does you good. That's all. It's less trouble to feel sorry for her than to teach her anything better, isn't it?
I fail to see where you've taught her anything at all yet, Miss Sullivan.
Well, I'll begin this minute if you'll leave the room, Captain Keller.
Leave the...
Everyone, please.
Miss Sullivan, you are here as a paid teacher, nothing more, not to lecture me.
I can't unteach her years of pity if you can't stand up to one tantrum. Old Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller, you promised me help.
Indeed, I did.
Then leave me alone with her, now!
Will you come outside with me at once, Katie?
Out, please.
If it takes all summer to...
This girl, this cub of a girl presumes. I tell you, I'm have to mind to ship her back to Boston before the week is out, and you can inform her so from me.
Captain?
She is a hireling. Now, I want it made perfectly clear. Unless there's an apology and a complete change of manner, she goes back on the next train. Will you make that quite clear?
And where will you be, Captain, while I'm making
At the
plans?
office.
Will you? I thought what she said was exceptionally intelligent. For years.
To his face? Or will you take it, Jimmy? As a flag?
I going to do, Miss Kate? It's noontime, dinner's coming, and I haven't get them breakfast dishes out of there yet.
You run along, Martha.
I just can't wait out here another minute, Kate. Why, this could go on all afternoon, too.
I'll tell the captain you called.
Now you hear what Miss Kate said? Never you mind what's going on here. Now run along and tend to your own business. Go.
You say what you like, Kate, but that child is a Keller. And I needn't remind you that all the Kellers are cousins to General Robert E. Lee. Well, I don't know who that girl is. Only Sullivan I ever heard of. From Boston, too. And I would think twice before I'd locked her up with that kind. Is that man, John L. Oh!
You give me her, Miss Kate. I'll sneak it in back to her crib.
This child never gives me a minute's worry.
Oh, yes? This one's the angel of the family. No question about that.
What happened?
She ate from her own plate. She ate with a spoon herself. And she folded her napkin.
Folded her napkin?
The room's a wreck, but her napkin is folded. I'll be in my room, Mrs. Keller.